Peace, y'all. It's your man Dave with my brother Quest, the man bringing you all things marriage, paying you huge dividends on your investment in time with us. We're talking about love, sex, having children, money, spirituality, life, communication, and anything else to help you thrive and win in your relationships. And guess what? This is grown folks' business. So get ready to make grown-up decisions. You know why? Because marriage ain't for suckers. That's the name of the program. Marriage ain't for suckers. All right, let's get into it. Hey, yo, Quest, it's time to give the people something, man. What we talking about today?
We talking about what up, y'all? It's your boy Quest. Welcome to another edition of the Marriage Ain't for Suckers podcast. Yep, as we bring in the grown and married fam as well. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to them as well. Welcome to another edition. I am your host, Quest, alongside my co-host, my man, my mellow, my man, L. David Harris. And MC.
What up, though?
Oh, we in the building. We are in the building.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's go.
This class is in session.
I love it. Welcome to another edition, y'all. Come on in. Enjoy yourself. You say you're not paying?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. Mm-mm. Oh, man, D, let me tell you something. I was sharing with D earlier on. I'm going to share it with y'all, man. I serve an awesome God, man. Word up, D. For those who don't know, I drive a particular car, and I was going to my mechanic because the check engine light came on. And in addition to that, I needed an oil change. So got the oil change, and, they replaced a couple things for me. All in all change, and those couple things that they replaced came up to $300 something, right? But the check engine light still was on, and he was saying, well, it's one of those situations where it's, there's unburned fuel for some way, somehow, either through the converter or, something that he said with the intake, mechanic jargon. I trust him, though. He's been my mechanic for years. So when he says stuff, I take it to heart. But he said that there is, it's causing unburned fuel to go into the exhaust. And so it's triggering the sensors. And of course, so in order to replace the parts and everything to get that done, it would be $1,500. And I was just like, oh, come on, man, D. I want to spend $1,500. Not now. We got too much going on, too many things to do. I really don't want to spend $1,500. But I was like, all right, God, whatever. If this is what it is, yep, this is your problem, not mine. Mm-hmm. That was on Friday. Mm-hmm. Saturday rolls around now, and I got to meet my boy Preach. Shouts out to my dude Preach. He had an event in Greenville where we were training a church and their entire staff as it relates to the DISC assessment. And just, allowing them to improve their ministry, take their ministry to another level, put people in the proper places that they need to be in order to efficiently function. So while we were out there, I parked the car outside, whatever, you know what I'm saying? The day was over, got to fellowship, and do some lovely things with some people out there. Got back in the car to come home. And as soon as I get on the highway, I wasn't paying attention to the dash, but something said, look at the dash. I look at the dash. The check engine light is gone. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, whoa, okay. All right. So that was Saturday. Drove on Sunday. Check engine light still ain't on. Monday roll around. Check engine light still ain't on. Right. Mm-hmm. And so I didn't really do anything yesterday. I rode my bike on Sunday and Tuesday. And then I went today to go take it for inspection. You know what I'm saying? And when I took it for inspection, right, of course, $30. I found out one of the headlights was out. I don't know how. The enemy trying to do what he do. And I really didn't want, I was like, you know what? I'll go purchase the light bulb somewhere else. Let me just get this done. And he was like, well, you're going to have to go purchase it, come back. And then I was like, if that's the case, let it go. Total $56. And I was just like, $56 in comparison to $1,500, D? Yeah, I'll take the $56. I'll take it. So yeah, man, shouts out to the creator, man, for, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real. when the devil be trying to, you know what I'm saying, D? Like mess up your mix. You know what I'm saying? I know who's the sole controller of it all. So yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know who sing it. Our God's an awesome God. And I ain't gonna sing it though, because I ain't want nobody to run away from. Yeah, I don't want nobody.
I ain't Christian paying either.
Yeah, I don't want nobody to run away from the podcast. You feel me? But yeah, man, shouts out to the Big Daddy. You know what I'm saying? The true Big Daddy. You know what I'm saying? Who makes things happen. Yep. What's going on the JA side, man?
Yeah, life is life, man.
As always, bro.
Yeah, man. So we just working through the trials and hoping for the best.
Yeah.
Hopefully I get some feet one day.
Yeah, no doubt.
No vehicle thing is not working out for me.
Yep.
It's not working out for me, bro.
Yeah.
But at some point, it'll work out.
Oh, because all things work together. Mm-hmm. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So yes, indeed, man. So it's been and yeah, I got to do one more thing, D. My daughter said to me today. Shouts out to Zoe, man. Zoe is. I feel like she's really growing up.
That's a good thing.
Last year was a fight, and this year she sent me. Let me just read you. She's been showing a certain level of responsibility as of late, and I've been, you know what I'm saying, bigging her up. Today she sent a message, and she said, "Can I stay after school for a student council meeting?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Do you need me to pick you up?" She said, and I didn't get a response. And then she finally hit me back. She said, "Just call to let you know I ended up not staying. I'm going to get the info from someone else. I have some homework to do."
Homework, responsibility.
Yeah, responsibility. You feel me? She said, "Just call to let you know I ended up not
staying. She contacted you.
I'm going to get the info from someone else. I have some homework to do." Shouts out to Zoe Marie, man. And then I said, "Okay, cool. Look at you being all responsible. You go, girl." And she, you know what I'm saying, sent me back some emojis, right? She, like, I know they can't see it, D, but I sent her that first one right there. You see it? I sent her this one right here.
Like, yeah, word.
And then she sent me that one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm man, let me tell you something.
She's like, yes, as a matter of fact, I am.
Yeah, I'm proud of her, man. Shouts out to her, man.
Beautiful.
Shouts out to her.
Beautiful.
Yes, indeed. Let's go ahead and get these bills paid. Shouts out to Breathe University. When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you will be successful. Let me tell y'all something. 1% is killing the game all over the place. Extreme execution, killing the game all over the place, right? And for real, I'm not even going to talk about Breathe University because y'all hear me say the same thing week after week after week. If you are in a position right now, here's the thing I don't understand, D. Mm-hmm. If you're doing something and it don't work, what you going to do, D?
Something else.
Okay, good.
Something else.
Yeah, just something else. I don't know what that something else is going to be, but it's going to be something else than what I'm doing right now because obviously what I'm doing right now just don't work. With some of you, like for real, you are intelligent, you are resourceful, but that thing that you're doing right now, like for real, it's not working. And some of us just need a community. Oh, there I go again. Some of us need a community, yes, but this is not just a community. It's a family that is dedicated to pushing you to go to the next level. It's gotten to the point now, D, where they got accountability calls.
Yeah.
That the members have created in and of themselves and for themselves.
Check in.
You know what I'm saying? To check in and make sure that, yep, you said that you were going to do this last week. Tell me where you are with what you said you were going to do. Yeah. And I'm talking about commitment, right? And then, of course, there's the events that E does, man. Like, for real, the next one is coming up September 12th, New Orleans. It's the 1% Club event. Let me tell you, master the 1% Life Blueprint with E.T., Jamal King on real estate. If you don't know who Tiffany Montgomery is, right, just look her up on Instagram. Connect with her on Instagram to find out. CJ, of course, you know what I'm saying, the Quincy Jones of this all. But, yeah. If you're looking to go to the next level and you want to be a part of a family or a community that will help you do just that, do me a favor. Go to breatheuniversity.com. And, the info's all there for you, man. Get it and go to the next level. Straight up.
I like it.
Straight up.
Well, this program is brought to you by Audible. Get your 30-day free trial and audiobook download at www.audibletrial.com/marriage. With more than 180,000 titles from which to choose for your Android, Kindle, iPhone, or MP3 player. And we still want you to go ahead and find whatever audio book suits you. There are books for enjoyment. There are books where you can learn. You can even learn a language. I mean, pick an audio book that can be of service to your life. And then maybe you can come back to one of our feeds and recommend it to us. Let us know what you've been listening to. www.audibletrial.com/marriage. What you think it was going to be?
What you think it was going to be? So yeah, let's jump off in this thing, D, because I know our time is limited.
Yes.
I got praise God, man. Shouts out to all the followers on Instagram who are a part of the, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real, the Greenhouse Gang. I got one specific message the other day. As you know, from time to time in my stories, I'll ask a question for the day, and then if you got questions, then shoot them to me, and we'll give you some responses. I got this one question: how do you deal with meddling in-laws without causing tension between you and your spouse? And I realized, you know what I'm saying, D, for me and you, it's just like, for real, that's just textbook stuff. It's very elementary, right? Number one, your spouse is whack. If your spouse is allowing, for real, if your spouse is allowing your in-laws to meddle in your marriage, right? Because here's the funny thing. And for me and you, it's a no-brainer. Like, Ma, this is my marriage. You know what I'm saying? I remember.
Fall back. No diss, but fall back.
No diss, no disrespect. And no diss or no disrespect to my moms, but I know what it is. It's just that she was used to me being able to just pick up and hop in the car and drive down. When I was living in Atlanta, 7 hours, no problem to come down to her. And I remember right after I got married, she still had those same expectations. Once again, no disrespect to my moms. No. And I get it. I get the whole, you know what I'm saying? You used to, it's your son. And you know what I'm saying? I was fairly a little bit more, no, let me not say fairly. I was a whole lot more responsible than I've been in past years. So she, you know, our relationship was getting doper and doper, and there was just certain expectations that she had. When I got married, those expectations were still there. You know what I'm saying? When you're used to something and then it change up, you don't like the change. People don't really like change like that. And now the number one in terms of the women in my life is no longer my mom's. My wife is now my number one in my life. Now, for some mothers, they got a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? Like with their sons.
They sure do.
Yep. It's some daughters who your mama was your number one in terms of relationship, and that can't be no more if you're married. You feel me? And so with that being said, D, like for real, when it was time for her to, you know, can you come down this week? No, Ma, I can't come down this weekend. You know what I'm saying? And like for real, the one who takes care of planning when we go to certain places now is Faith. So because she's the organized one in the family, if you want to find out when we can come down, you need to talk to her. You want me to put you on the phone with her? No. Why I got to talk to her? Because in our family, she is this one. In our family, she's the one who is responsible for when we go to certain places and trips in terms of planning on the calendar. We have a calendar that we operate by, right? Oh, okay, all right, I'll call her later. Okay, cool. A couple days go by. Did my mom's call you? No, I didn't. Did you? No, did she? Was she supposed to call? No. I'm just checking to see if she called you. Okay, cool. Then she would call back again, D. So when can you come down? Okay. We just had this conversation. If you want me to come down, you're going to have to check with, because she's the one. What am I doing? I'm creating clear and healthy boundaries so that I can preserve the relationship between me and my spouse and not create tension. I don't have to go to we can just nip all of this in the bud, and don't circumvent me or circumvent my wife by trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like for real, go and talk to her, right? And here's the funny thing. It's going to give you an opportunity to build a relationship with her, which is dope. I mean, now they've had a relationship since high school because remember, Faith and Tifa used to go to high school together. So she used to always be at the house. So they got a relationship. But the relationship is different now because you married to my son.
Yes, sweet the son. Replacement.
You feel me? And so there's a little replacement thing going on.
But not really. It's
it's
not really. It
feels
that way.
Yeah, it just feels that way.
Yeah.
But let it be known that this is now number one. You feel me? And so, like for real, I was explaining. Yep. Still number one. Come on, you started it. Don't blame me. You took me there.
I did not blame you. That's what's wrong with y'all. Jumping to conclusion.
You took me there. All right. So for real, D. Now, as we were saying before, you were saying, okay, the spouse should have took care of this. This is the situ. End of story. Next episode.
Take you 5 minutes.
Yep. At next episode. But what I realized is that there are some, and that some is a pretty sizable percentage of people, right, who pass down certain idealistic things and mentalities and, you know what I'm saying, mindsets from generation to generation, right? If you got an issue as a child and it's not taken care of, you are 5, you know what I'm saying, 10, still not taken care of, 25, still not taken care of, 45, still not taken care of. You are now 55, still with 5-year-old issues. So I get it, right? And so for some of us who are even a little bit more forward thinking and assertive, like that might have worked for my parents, but that's not necessarily going to work for me. But then there are some who are saying, I'm not used to this because I was never raised to, okay, this is marriage.
Never raised to what?
Whatever the situation may be.
Oh.
I was talking to one of my partners. I ain't going to mention no names because I want to keep everybody. And we were talking on the line this morning, right, as it relates to his marriage. And his wife, like for real, she never really was held to any level of responsibility as it relates to, I never had whatever I wanted. I just asked for it and I got it, right? Because our pops was very short-term thinking and he made dollars. Let's just say that. He made dollars.
He
and
could
gave
afford it, whatever it was, right?
Whatever it was. So he just gave it to her. But when you do that, what you're doing is you don't even know that you're planting seeds.
Broke our bud.
Yep. And now, what do we always say? You don't plant orange seeds and get an apple tree. Whatever you plant, that's what you're going to get. Now she's married and my man just put her in a brand new house that's twice the size that they're in right now. Right. And so they're in there. Right. And my man was just saying that their moms is living with him. Right. And he was breaking down the story of how,
who's there?
His wife's mother is living with them, right? And so there's some things that should have been communicated to, and they had the discussion that should have been communicated to the in-law, right? Because really and truly, when there's an issue between you and your in-laws, it should be your spouse that takes care of that issue. Because sometimes, I don't care how much of unless you got a real special relationship with them, sometimes when you communicate it, it can not come across as sweet, right? As it would if your spouse dealt with it. But
I guess, I mean, people say that, but okay.
Yeah. But I mean, in most cases, that's what you get. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Now, she failed to do that. And if she failed to do that because she don't want to do the confrontation thing,
I guess you gotta have to go deal with it.
Okay, why? Because if you don't deal with it, then what?
It not get dealt with. It not get dealt with.
Okay, and then how long is it before my man redlines and blows up because he's taken just about all he can take? Now
it's a marital problem now.
Okay, good. Mm-hmm. Good. And so I'm saying, like, for real, this is the reason why, like, when I deal with my mom, right? I deal with my mom a certain way, right? Not disrespectfully, right? And even sometimes when she gets bogartish. You know what I'm saying? Case in point, this past week I went riding you and I were talking about it. I went riding with the fellas up to Lake Law for Family Fun Day. And she's on my Facebook page, like she see me on the bike. You know what I'm saying? And when I say bike, I'm talking about street bike, crotch rocket. You know what I'm saying? Like she's like, no. Oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? And my brother who also So both my brothers ride. And my brother said, I see you, family. Rubber down, plastic stuff. I said, no doubt. Then she was like, don't encourage him. Right. And my response to that is, you know what I'm saying? Then she goes further down and she's like, get off that bike. And I'm like, get off my page. How about that? You feel me?
Yeah, just give her a link to the definition for trolling and said, mommy, please.
Oh, no doubt. But not just saying that to say that we're grown. We're adults now.
Yeah.
Right? And we run our own families.
Yeah.
Right. And sometimes I know that our in-laws, sometimes I know that our parents have the best intentions.
Of course.
You cannot be in every your marriage was your marriage. You didn't like it when your in-laws and your parents were getting involved in your relationship. Now you're going to turn around and do the same thing to your children's relationship. No, it don't work that way.
And that's how it works.
Yep.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Nah. And so you have to set those clear and healthy boundaries. Like, listen, I know that you feel a particular way, but I'm not, no disrespect intended, but to plainly put it, I'm not married to you. I'm married to your daughter. I'm not married to your husband. I'm married to your daughter. I'm not married to my mother. I'm married to your daughter. I'm not married to my father, because sometimes you got to lay it out clean, because sometimes they'll feel one-sided because you think you're dealing with just the in-laws. No, I deal the same way with my own parents. This marriage only consists of me and your daughter. Straight up. You feel me?
You should have a greenhouse rules badge. And if you don't have one of these.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, for real. No, you making jokes, but in all seriousness.
Yeah.
So he had laid down some rules as to, his mom living with him, right? And might I say, she's not your mother-in-law. She's not old. She's not decrepit. She is able-bodied. She is very present in all of her thinking, right? And he had laid down pretty much some rules, right? And they, if you ask me, they were very minor, right? Very minor. And I don't want to go into the details, right? Very minor. And she was like, oh, I can't stay here. And he was like, okay. Peace. Me personally, I ain't gonna have no able-bodied nobody living with me. Not my mama, my mother, my father, like for real, nah.
So if I can't come chill?
Yeah, you can come to a visit, but ain't nobody adult living up in this crib.
That's what's wrong with this. That's what's wrong with society these days. Because y'all selfish.
Yo,
you don't want to be helpful to nobody.
No.
Himself.
No. If we helping somebody out to get or to accomplish something, then yeah, that's understandable. But your in-laws just coming, or your parents coming to live with you, if any disagreements, anything that happens in between you and your spouse, like for real, if anything happens,
who gets jumped? Yo, that's what
I may forgive you, or you may forgive me, but guess who not gonna be so forgiving?
Yeah.
And then they start saying stuff like, for real, I think that when stuff happens between two married people, it needs to stay between two married people. And when you get in-laws or your parents involved in that joint, like for real, it's a mess after that. So I'm saying, man, like for real, D, at the end of the day, like for real, the discussions that need to be, and maybe there needs to be a discussion between you and your spouse. Why is this causing tension for you? Could it possibly?
I think that's what it needs to be, bro. Because for me, I'm not a person that's into conflict. I'm not fearful of it, but I'm not into it. Right.
Your preference is not to.
Yeah, I don't do conflict, bro. Right. But here's the problem. No, it's not a problem. Here's the thing. Mm-hmm. I'm a reasonable kind of guy. Mm-hmm. So if there needed to be a discussion, it would be between me and my wife. Right. Mm-hmm. And it'd be like this. Mm-hmm. This is what's going on. What do you think about it? If she and I agree, then she go deal with it. If she and I don't agree, TikTok, I got a stopwatch. This is how long I give you the respect to go deal with it. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, I'm going to go deal with it. And it's not trying to be funny, but I'm not going to wait for decades of
Or for calamity to hit.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not going to wait for decades of misplaced respect because now you're back to age 5 and you're thought to bite me because you don't know how to approach your parents. Now, that's not our situation, but I'm saying even if it were, be like, listen, I don't want to do this, but, and that may be my opening statement. You know, Simone didn't want to talk to you about this. And I'm pretty sure she didn't want me to talk to you about it, but somebody got to do it.
Yeah.
So can we talk? Because we need to. That's what it is, bro. I don't have that kind of time, bro. I'm not a little boy no more.
But that's what I'm saying, D. None of us are. And that's the reason why we had to touch the topic, because there are a couple of marriages and they dealing with it. Like, you don't want to go and talk to your parents, and it's causing trouble in your marriage between you and your spouse, because first and foremost, off the rip, your spouse is now feeling that your parents are a priority over them.
Yeah, that can't work.
And that ain't marriage. I don't know what you call that, but it's not marriage. Why? Okay. Yep. For the reason of marriage shall a man leave his mother and father and cleave to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. I cannot become one flesh with your parents.
It's not even possible.
No more than you can be. It's not even possible. No, but I'm just saying, I got to put it out there. So
That's
if that means,
it's off limits.
Limits, right? So that means if we one flesh, that I'm your number one priority. Your parents ain't your number one priority. Our children are not your number one priority. I am, and vice versa. And you my number one priority. You feel me? So now when it come down to in-laws and they meddling and you should do this and you should mind your business is what you should do.
I don't want to hear that.
I don't want to quite say it like that, but like for real, that's what you end up feeling. You know what I'm saying? When it starts redlining, or when you don't know how to properly address your parents, like, yo, this thing, Mom, Dad, this particular thing that you are doing is causing me problems in my marriage.
Not that I'm trying to be condescending, but here's
I'm not. Yeah, here's a list of my.
Here's a little line.
Yeah, word up. Please don't
go back over it.
Yep.
Please.
Word up. Word.
Listen, man, I don't have a problem telling my own peoples, you need to go back on over that line, man.
Yo, D, while we playing, you know how many marriages got broken up because?
I can't imagine it, bro. I mean, I've tried to help people, but I'm just saying, like, for me, in our situation, I can't imagine not being able. I understand that people try it, but I can't imagine being subject to it. I can't imagine being oppressed by it. You're like, nah, that's not, nah. I know some grown people that refuse to speak to their own parents, that are clearly jumping all over, tap dancing, moonwalking, break dancing on the line, bro. And I'm like, I keep my mouth out of it because I'm like, if you didn't ask me, then I don't want to step over the line either. But I'm looking at a train wreck right here. You need to deal with that right there, man.
And here's the funny thing. As you're talking and as we're having this conversation, it's not just in-laws. You need to be able to be prepared to deal with your own parents.
That's what I'm saying. Way. That's exactly what I had in mind when I was talking about it.
Yep.
Yeah, man. I see it. Like, people's not willing to talk to the parents. Like,
and you know the culture we come from too. Like, you could be an adult, and because you have a bigger man, bigger than you in terms of an age, just because they got age over you, you're supposed to have a certain level of respect for them. Even when you don't agree, you just do what they want you to do.
Oh, that's different.
Oh, come on, bro. That's a whole
other. And do what you say is two different things.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, for real, there's a certain level of respect that I need to have for you because you got 10, 15 years of more than me, but you don't return that same level of respect. And I'm an adult, like, working, running my own house, my own wife and children, and you telling me no. Respect is a two-way street. You know, especially if we're not married. Now, if we're married, there's some things that are different in there. There's some unconditional stuff in there. But if me and you are not one flesh, just realize that just because I'm 10, 15 years younger than you, I'm still an adult, and you will treat me as such, right? Or there will be no relationship between me and you. Straight up.
And I'm quite fine with that.
Yeah, and I'm cool. I'm cool with that. But I want to make sure that we're doing it healthy, though. But if you choose not to operate in a healthy You know what I'm saying? And like, for real, like then
you in a healthy way have to draw that line. And if you're not able in an appropriate way to nudge somebody over that line,
yep,
then you have to create your own line for you to step back over.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it's too heavy. It's too heavy, Quest. It's too heavy, Quest. I think this is it, Quest. I think it's too heavy. I think it's.
Yep. Well, this is what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say, if you are an in-law, if you are parents, stay out of your children's marriage, yo. They're married and grown, and that's their marriage, not yours, not your in-laws. That's their marriage, and they gotta learn and go through. You can't be there for every difficulty and challenge. Take it easy, man. Stay up.
There you have it, y'all. I hope you've enjoyed your time with us. Marriage is about mutual love and mutual respect, and it works for those willing to make it work. Real talk, our spouses are treasured jewels given to us to make life better. And the sooner we learn to value one another will be the sooner we become the absolute best versions of ourselves we can be. Until next time, peace.